obviously the big beautiful bill just passed, and Elon has been outspoken about his opposition to the bill for many reasons. He thinks it's pork filled, and ultimately it seems to be holding the American people hostage. Basically saying, if you want safe borders and you want to deport all the illegals here, and you want tax breaks, well, the only way to do that is by giving us a shit ton of money that's going to jack up your expenses and add to your taxes. The only way for us to be able to carry out Trump's agenda is by sacrificing all of these other things, because it's this omnibus bill where they shove thousands and thousands of provisions into one bill. Rather than voting for issue by issue, they're voting all across the board. And many things Trump doesn't agree with because he thinks he needs to make concessions. Well, that's the problem with these massive bills. And this has really divided the Republican Party to the point where Elon Musk has now proclaimed that he will fund a new political party if the big, beautiful bill passes. Well, it just passed. And I suspect within the next 24 hours, Elon Musk will make a massive announcement about the establishment of the America Party. And it seems to have a ton of synergies with the Libertarian Party. I could totally see them looking to do a rebrand with his backing and people like Nicole Shanahan and Mark Zuckerberg that have the finances to really get that party up and running. But the real problem is that this is the ultimate spoiler. Anyone that is still voting Democrat is in a cult, and there is literally nothing you can do to change their mind. All of their loved ones could drop dead around them because of the poison shots and the poison food and the poison water, and they'd still vote for the next Democratic nominee. The Republican Party is extremely diverse, and we won this past election because the Republican Party attracts a much broader audience. We appeal to a lot more people, and we accept multiple different viewpoints, as long as we have the same end goal of America first and pro-humanity and populism. The problem with this is that if we split one party into two and the Democrats hold strong, we're going to be spreading out Republican votes across two parties. The Democrats aren't going to. I will bet there will be zero cannibalization from the Democrats. Any people that were left-leaning centrists voted for Trump or supported Bobby Kennedy or supported Elon's agenda. There's none left. There's no sensible people left in the Democratic Party. So the American Party is not going to cannibalize any of their votes. It's only going to cannibalize Republican votes. This is going to cause a major problem. The American system was unfortunately built for two parties. Our founding fathers built a two-party system that George Washington warned about. He knew this was coming. And we can see how corrupt it is. It's like one side or the other, pick a team, and you have to vote one way or else. And then every year we just go back and forth. Instead of reacting to the interests of the American people, each party serves their own interests, and their own interests are influenced by corporate donors and NGOs and the deep state, not the people. I think that rather than starting a new party, Elon should fund opposition to the neocons and the rhinos and the pro-war hawks in the Republican primaries. Get them out of their seats. He has the money. Nicole Shanahan has the money. Mark Zuckerberg has the money. Let's start using it. They used it to get Trump in the White House. How about let's all work together and let's start putting pressure on Republican politicians to serve the people and not their donors. This is not the Republican Party of the past. This is Donald Trump's America First MAGA party. Let's start acting like it. If you're unhappy with some of these rhinos that are living in the past, go fucking run against them. Go fund their opposition and take them out of their fucking seat. It doesn't matter if Donald Trump endorses their opposition. It really doesn't, because the American people know who's real and who's not. And Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Money's not a problem. Let's start making our own party better. We already have. Like, we're heading, we have reformed the Republican Party, but there's a lot of old blood that we need to weed out still. Some people are unwilling to change. A lot of people are just along for the ride, but they're not going to fully commit to it. They just want to, they see where the tide's turning and they start supporting Trump, even though they are complete neocons. Let's work within the Republican Party. Let's fix the problem. Let's not go start another party that'll cannibalize all of our votes, and in the end, allow the Democrats to roll out the red carpet and stroll right into the White House. And midterms will be wraps if this is what Elon wants to do. The real problem with this is Trump is so stubborn. Trump is alienating countless Americans all across the board just to play to his base, because he knows they'll get a kick out of if he goes after this guy for having an opinion. Thomas Massey, for example. He's playing to these uneducated Fox News boomers who will be dead in the next 20 years instead of the massive majority of people who are becoming more politically active, now have access to limitless amounts of information, and can really start forming their own opinions and figuring out who's lying to them and not. Trump, how about we start reacting to what the American people want, people who voted you in, and stop worrying about the people that wear the MAGA hats and sit in front of Sean Hannity all day long and scream at the TV about the Muslims. I think Trump is turning into a bit of a hypocrite. After he got shot, he became a new man. It was awesome. He had a new level of humility and honesty that we hadn't seen from him before. And you could really, I think the whole world was exposed to the fact that Donald Trump truly loves people and he listens to people, all different types of people. I'm talking about people in his cabinet, and I'm talking about the lady that works the register at Chick-fil-A. He listens to what everyone has to say. And that's why people love him. But what he's done since he's gotten into office is he says, if you don't agree with me and everything I say, I will ruin you. I will cancel you, and I will take you out of your seat if you're a politician who has any sort of disagreement with things I'm saying. Isn't that how Trump got attacked in the first place? When they deplatformed him and they tried to cancel him, and then they tried to put him in jail, and then they tried to kill him. Like, if you know someone's a good person and they just disagree with you, why don't you listen to them? Because it's not just one bad apple that's fucking it all up for you. It's 50% of people. 50% of people that voted you into office, at least. And especially the people that founded the Tea Party movement that you ran in 2016, the people like Steve Bannon that were your chief political strategist. Don't you think his opinion matters? You kind of stole his whole thing. Like, let's not be so close-minded. Let's not talk so definitively. Let's. He really needs to stop alienating people, like Elon. Like, I could have told you this was going to happen. This guy's been getting shit on. His whole life's been ruined. All you got to do is pat him on the ass and be like, hey, everyone, stop fucking with him. And that's just, and he kicked him to the curb, and Elon got completely rinsed. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to fuck with you now, and he's the richest man on earth. And he owns the biggest social media platform. The biggest transfer of information in the world flows through him. We got to be really careful. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of points there. One that I want to stress is that if we split, if we go America party as a independent, it's going to be hard to make that one win. It's kind of like the leftist struggle for a real leftist party instead of the Democrats who will bend the knee to all the culture war issues and everything like that. But really, they're more moderate than a lot of these people are. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the compromises that happen at the top level of government in order to get things done, and people are rejecting it. And it's a good idea. It's a good idea to call them out. You know, we can't just roll over and say, oh, it's always a great idea if Trump says it is. But at a certain point, we got to be realistic. We got to be realistic. And, but I do like the idea of working out the problems in the Republican Party. You know, we have a good base. There's a lot of positive changes that we've made over the past 10 years. And I mean, it's trending in the right direction still. So it would be good to see Trump sort of back off of the massive defensive attacks whenever somebody is counter signaling whatever his position is, like Thomas Massey, for example, because it would be a lot more helpful if we could find a compromise with all of these voices that represent so many people. Like a lot of people wanted to see the deficit get cut. A lot of people want to see spending get cut. A lot of people want to, I mean, not a lot of people care about giving tax breaks to billionaires. So we got to find a way to reform the party rather than break off and get a new one. Um, I don't know, maybe that's just through negotiation. I think duking it out on the world stage like a drama show is the wrong idea. And that's what they've been doing. And I mean, it's still unreal to me that Elon said Trump is in the Epstein files. He was on the island. That's why he won't release them. That kind of got swept under the rug. Like, what the fuck, Elon? And I mean, what is even going on anymore? That's my question. It's getting a
Yeah.
little confusing up there.
And I don't want to blame Trump fully because he always defended Elon, really until Elon blew up on him. Like, sure, he had seriously pushed Elon out. He had started to cancel the contracts. He had started to pull away from his power, and he asked him to step down, and Elon was pissed. So Elon said something that was the biggest mistake he'll ever make in his life, to be completely frank with you. So can we put all the blame on Trump? I don't know. But again, like Alex Jones warned for months, like we cannot push Elon away. He's on our side. Like we don't understand how influential he's been in getting Trump the victory. Like at the very least, like he gave him the bump. He gave us X. Even if he voted for Joe Biden and vocally supported Joe Biden, without the platform of X, truth would not be known to the American people, and some people would not have been convinced to vote for Trump. I bet. But then Trump today says that he's going to send Doge after Elon because he has a lot of business with the United States and our government. And he's been getting away with a lot, and our government has been contracting his companies to do a lot for us, and Trump's going to do whatever the fuck he wants because he's Trump. It's petty. That's not what adults do. Elon made a irreversible mistake, but let's not continue to bitch and moan and weaponize the government in front of the whole world. Like I understand the bad guys set a precedent, and you have to go after the bad guys with the same tools that they used against you. like we're not supposed to use it on each other. It's supposed to be let's put them down so we don't have to deal with them again. Let's not just make this a thing that we all do. Let's not just normalize it. It's a damn shame. What do you think, Joey?
I think it's a road we don't want to go down. Um, Someone like Elon, his motives have been pretty good for us, but he is dangerous. Personally, after what we've seen him tweet about Trump and stuff like that, I think he could be bipolar. Okay, someone with that much power, not someone you want to push away to the other side. I think it's going to take a certain level of maturity that we really haven't seen from Trump to be able to, yeah, duke this out because creating another party, like you said, Lou, if you're a Democrat, you are in a cult. You're not leaving that party. It would do nothing but take the votes away and ruin our future. But you got to look in the bigger picture. Trump has to look in the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And just going back to this whole third party that Elon wants to create called the American Party, I don't want it to be lost on anyone. The two-party system is broken. And to steal words from Oliver Anthony, Republicans and Democrats, I swear they're all just full of crap. They're both bad. Like when Trump first got into office, he didn't realize that there were swamp creatures on both sides. That's the lesson he learned coming into this administration. We can't pick sides. We can't rely on a party. We have to vote with our conscience. We have to vote with the facts. We have to push policies that reflect what's going on in the world and what benefits the American people as a whole, not what the donors want you to do. We have to get away from that. And Elon's idea of having a party that is bipartisan and represents common sense would be phenomenal. Like when the options are only big party government, when the only options are big government party A and big government party B, the deep state always wins by default. This has been the American system since the First World War, since we really got the military industrial complex up and running. I mean, fuck, we can go back to the ancient empires when the Rothschilds were proctoring every war known to man. Like this has been a constant throughout history, and the two-party system really enabled the powers that be to pull the strings. And it literally Emperor Palpatine us. When we look at the prequels, episodes 1 through 3 of the Star Wars saga, it is 100% about 9/11. That was the inspiration. That was the inspiration for the third movie. George Lucas rewrote the entire script for Revenge of the Sith after 9/11 happened. Because back then, people saw what was happening. A lot of it got pushed under the rug by propaganda and people forgot about it. But if we go back to that fateful day and we listen to all the broadcasts and we listen to all the recording videos that people made, they knew something was up. This was one party setting up the other and them doing a handshake deal at the end. There is a serious problem with the two-party system. And I don't know how we get out of this, but the problem is the system was built to be run by two parties. Do you guys have any solutions?
I think the only solution for our problem is to compromise within our own party. I mean, I kind of already said that, but I don't see a third party coming up and winning. I don't see it even being close. There's still the majority of voters is still going to vote Republican, if even
Yep.
if Elon makes an independent party.
Yep. And we're just
Just
going to lose. We're going to cut
yeah,
off, you know,
yeah, we're gonna
20+% of
lose.
our votes.
They're gonna send all of the fucking illegals in again, and it's gonna be a nightmare. So I don't think we can risk that third party going. If I mean Elon is gonna do what he wants, so maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. We'll see what happens, but I don't think it's a good idea.
And Trump has control of the Republican Party. Like, it has been reformed, and they do whatever he says. Now, what they're doing is they're trying to trick him. They're manipulating him. They've used Fox News as a mechanism to trick him because they know that's all he watches. They glaze his ass up. They butter his butt cheeks, and then he lets them do whatever they want to him. And he thinks that he's the greatest guy in the world and he's the best president ever. And he's so brave and smart and cool. We need to take this party by the balls. It's ours. Stop letting them play you like a fiddle, Donald Trump. He needs to make a statement before he gets out of office, because I am concerned about what happens when he's gone. Obviously, I have a lot of disagreements with what he's doing now, but overwhelmingly net positive.